All right, today I wanted to show you a really wonderful system we have in our library, and that is the Kentucky Virtual Library that we use in our high school all the time, especially on the research papers, but even my freshmen use the system. When we do a scavenger hunt in here, I make sure they go and learn how to do this. So I wanted to show you how effective it is, and I'll just show you a few things I know about it. All right. And just start with Google or whatever browser you use. I'm going to use Google, and I have to go to Mayfield High School. Now, we're very blessed. We can use, here at school we can use it, or they are given a password, and I'm going to show you this piece of paper, and it shows username and password. So if they need to use this at home and write in their research papers, they can do that. Okay, so we'll go here to Mayfield High School, Mayfield Independent Schools, and click on that. Then when I get that to come up, I go to the district homepage. I think I do. Let's just go up here. Well, I'll go to quick links. See if that'll work. Okay. And then it's going to come up, and I'm going to have to put in the school, because this is a quick links for the whole system. And I'm going to put in the school, so I'm going to put in Mayfield High School. Once I get to Mayfield High School, this is attached to the quick links so that anybody using our system can do it. We have to go down to Kentucky Virtual Library, and then if you want to know about the system, which most of the kids do to start with, it says about Kentucky Virtual Library. It provides a high-quality library and information resources to all Kentuckians to support information literacy, college and career readiness, academic research, and lifelong learning. And you have different places you can go up here about the system, which is where we are now, databases showing what systems we can link to for college and adults, for K through 12 students, for librarians, and for professionals. So we will start with the K through 12 students. Okay, I want to go to high school. I looked at middle school. It looks like just simpler resources, but since I'm at the high school right now, I'm going to go to the high school thing. Now, if we want to look up something right away, we can go to Academic Search Complete, or if we happen to know that our article is in one of these other resources, we can go there. I wanted to show you a couple of other really neat things. This College Preparation Center, you can click on that. The kids can always click on that. They can click on if they want to learn more about ACT. And it has different things in here to prepare them for ACT. They can set up an account and log in, take prep tests. It's just a wonderful resource. Now I'm going to go back to just the high school part. Okay, another thing is Career Center, because a lot of the kids have no idea what they want to do when they grow up. And so you can learn about different careers, and this is also real helpful if they're doing a research on careers. Prepare for an entrance exam, prepare for an occupation exam, join the military. These are all very helpful links. But you can always go back to the high school. Now, if my kids want, I'm going to click on Academic Search Complete. And once I get there, I'm going to put in Shakespeare first, because we have just finished our Shakespeare unit, and at Mayfield High School all 4 levels do a Shakespeare play, a tragedy, each year. We do, as freshmen, we do Romeo and Juliet. These are just different stories. If they were to take Shakespeare to search, they could look in all these different stories. They can put in names of resources they know they want to read, or they can just go through and see if they see something they like. We specifically studied Romeo and Juliet, so I'm going to put that in and click on that, and here the very first one, I'm going to putting the fun back into funerals, dallying with death and Romeo and Juliet. I'm going to go to the full PDF, full text, so that they can use this in their research. They can let's go here again. Here we go. I put that a minute ago. Okay, we'll see what it does, if it comes up or not. It came up a while ago, so it should come up, but if it doesn't, we'll go to another one. I don't know why, but we'll see. I'm going to go back and click on this again and see if I can get a different result. Okay. It's thinking a minute here. I introduced the Kentucky Virtual Library to the kids when they first come. The first week of school, our librarian comes in and she talks to the kids. We have a scavenger hunt over the library. Then later in my unit on Romeo and Juliet, we have a scavenger hunt just over where they come in here and they use the different references and they look up things that pertain to Romeo and Juliet specifically. All right, and we're going to try again to get this to come up. I'm going to try. Okay, putting the fun back into funerals. Over here on the side, you have your tools. You can print it. You can email. Now, our kids can send to the printer, I guess, but as far as printing, the library media specialists and the teachers are the only ones that can print. So that's why the librarian has so much to do with their research papers, because they need things printed. Now let's see if I can push full text. There it is. All right, and here is the whole article. We talked to them about plagiarism, not to cut and paste so that they're not plagiarizing accidentally, but this has pictures of different performances of Romeo and Juliet, the death scene there. Anyway, they can find just about anything they want. This looks like maybe it's in Stratford-on-Avon, or it's a set that's made to look like that. But anyway, they have just so many resources at their fingertips with the Kentucky Virtual Library System. Anyway, I'm glad you came to look at this today with me, and I hope that you learned some things, and I hope my kids, they've learned it, and so they are using it, and I hope that most kids figure it out because it has so much to offer.